Black Lives Matter, a slogan that was repeatedly spread by hashtags, especially on platforms such as Twitter and Instagram in 2020. A slogan that unified opponents of racism worldwide, but has also polarized the international audience. This movement has existed for years, but why has this year been especially magnifying? Why is the debate on racism against blacks so controversial right now when it has been going on for centuries? Video recordings of police violence and situations in which blacks face racism on a daily basis, especially in the United States, which have been increasingly disseminated in recent years, have heightened awareness around this issue. It was the death of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor that caused the most uproar in social media. Thousands of people around the world protested in the streets, aiming to tackle the fight against systemic racism, which allows the responsible police officers not to be held accountable. Within social media, the frequent reposting has created a sense of cohesion, a feeling that racism in 2020 can no longer be tolerated and should not be ignored. If you yourself are not affected and in a privileged position, now is the right time to do something against racism. Companies such as Airbnb or Amazon show their solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. They side with the movement and want to mobilize other companies to donate to do the same and to give people of color the chance to aspire leading positions and hire them because they are a minority. Now it has been almost 2 months since Black Lives Matter supporters all across Germany joined together for the first time to take the protests to the streets of major cities, flooding them by the thousands. Previously, Instagram showed how many users posted black pictures in solidarity on the so-called Blackout Tuesday. But now it seems there is little left of the fighting spirit in this country. So was it, as many mockingly said, just a trend? Something you just wanted to belong to? Something that companies simply wanted to profit off of and cultivate their image with? Is there even a real racism problem in Germany? And was the commotion here perhaps inappropriate? Can one even talk about police brutality and racial profiling over here? A study revolving around this topic actually should have been carried out, but Horst Seehofer rejected it on the following grounds. Institutional racism does not exist within the police, since it is prohibited by German law, Seehofer stated. How is the situation within politics? Can one speak of a racism-free Germany if an AfD member of parliament is allowed to use racial slurs openly? Recently, a young black woman wanting to pay via card in a Rossmann branch was accused of card fraud on the grounds that a black woman like her could not have had the German name printed on her card. The police, who the woman had called for help, sided with the Rossmann employees, accusing her of lying and threatening her with a prison sentence. Even children are not excluded from racist attacks. Recently in Düsseldorf, a toddler and its mother were so violently sprayed with pepper spray by a racist neighbor that they needed medical attention. The pepper spray was taken away from the attacker, but the police took no further action. The German Congolese lawyer Blaise Francis advocates for such cases. He takes on pro bono cases with racist motives and with backgrounds of police violence. This alone clearly proves that in Germany, everyday racism does not only prevail in isolated cases, but that systemic racism also exists. So, it is up to us to acknowledge the severity of the problem here in Germany and to keep the indignation and the debates about this topic alive, since no structural change can be made if this topic is only seen as a trend. Therefore, if you were able to keep up with the trend, please inform and educate yourself about systemic racism. If we know about it, we can say something about it. Let the oppressed be heard.